ale mělo by to fungovat já mám první Messenger, někde velký zkušenosti, ale Messenger, ale by to jako natáčet normálně, protože je to v podstatě člověk píše té stránce, jako by mi někdo psal o stránce.
Perfektní, tak já vás poprosím ještě jednou, máme tady teď na Marka Botara. Hi Marko, nice to meet you. Marko je z český superstar startupový s brandem Basy, která se zabývá digital marketing, customer support. And Marko, lead your way.
Thank you. Yeah. Wow, I'm really bad at the multitasking, and now I've got these two widgets in my hand. Omlouvám se, že nebudu mluvit česky, ale nebudu se moc vyjadřovat. Tak, pokud budete mít otázky o angličtině, rád vysvětlím. And now I'm going to speak English. My name is Marco Ottaro. I work for Brand Embassy. We are a digital customer service platform. Working? Yes. We're active in telcos, banking sector. We're active with e-commerce and online business. We provide a unified interface for you to interact and support your customers on social channels. There we are. Email, messaging, and chat. There we are. Yes. But today I want to talk about chatbots. Back in October of last year, we helped a client of ours, T-Mobile Austria, integrate their chatbot into Brand Embassy. Can I just change one little thing here? No, it's okay. Into Brand Embassy, there we are. So yes, I'm very sorry. I was hoping that there could be more contrast.
Yeah, we are sorry about that.
So the way that they work is that on Facebook Messenger, their chatbot interacts with the customer using a conversational UI. Conversational UI basically means that the customer can interact with the chatbot using human language. So here you have, "Hi, I'm Thinkabot. How may I help you?" And the customer may ask, for example, "Hi, I'd like to know more about the iPhone." The chatbot interprets the question and make an answer like, "Cool, try this link for more information," right? So there's some AI involved there. This was a third-party chatbot, and we integrated with them. The conversation may then continue, and they may say something like, "May I speak to one of your agents?" And the chatbot then notices a trigger word, which is agents, and with this they escalate to Brand Embassy so that the customer then can talk to one of the customer service agents. Does that make sense? That means that the chatbot may handle simple, well-defined cases, and agents can deliver more custom service. The chatbot will, you can program the chatbot for those type of problems where you have very finite answers, and for everything where you didn't quite program the chatbot, the agent may step in. There we go. You will have noticed that here you can also set up the chatbot to to go into the sales funnel, right? So that means that you can program a link that moves the customer from service to sales. And that link may then go, for example, to a product page, and the customer can then continue and make a purchase. So you have chatbot as a service tool and chatbot as a sales tool. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer. In May of this year, we started work on our own chatbot builder. We are basically at the minimum viable product stage. We're working with a pilot pilot customer, and we provide, rather than a conversational UI, we provide a point-and-click chatbot. Like I said, with well-defined problem areas. For version 1, we are targeting Facebook Messenger, the Facebook Messenger platform, but we are architecting it in a way that it's platform agnostic, so that if you want to roll out your chatbot on, I don't know, a platform like Messenger, for Viber, for example, that will also be possible once we're integrated. One thing that I would like to highlight is the autoresponder. It works, on the same principle as what you saw in the presentation. Let's say that your customer is in the chatbot. We provided, some sales options, but the customer really is interested really is facing a problem with, for example, network issues. I have trouble connecting my phone. And again, the chatbot then takes, notices that the customer uses a trigger word like connecting, and as a result, the chatbot will then present the customer. Will present the customer with an autoresponder message, right? Like, for example, here we are currently facing network issues in the Prague area. We will inform you over Facebook Messenger about any changes. Right? So again, trigger word and a follow-up action. This way, our customers can talk to their customers using the chatbot, but having basically a broadcast message and a one-to-one messenger platform. To give you an idea of what the current MVP looks like, this is what we're currently doing. Can you see something, or should I just skip this slide? Raise of hands, who can see it? Oh, that's good. All right. So basically, the way you build the way you build a chatbot in our tool is with different blocks, right? For example, you can have a standard, text, and you can have variations. So you have a message that says, "Welcome, what's your name?" or "Hey there, what's your name? So happy you're here, what's your name?" Right? And then the chatbot will choose one of them. Right? We have variables, so the customer may enter their name, and then the chatbot will use that. We have menus. Other stuff that's not there is escalation. So again, if your customer wants to talk to an agent directly, it will immediately escalate to the agent. We integrate with open APIs. So if you, as a customer, have your own API, you can integrate your chatbot with your own API, and then you can build different flows that connect. That you can interconnect. Like, for example, here you can have a flow for iPhone, a flow for Samsung, a flow for Pixel, for example, if you're offering those products. We're looking to roll out the final version of this, or the first real version of this, at the end of Q1. Q3. Thank you. At the end of Q3, and if you're interested, by all means, do get in touch with us. This is my email address. I realize it's a long and foreign name, so you can also contact our Prague office if it's easier, prague@brandembassy.com. And I want to thank you for your attention.
Maybe I have a question. You mentioned that you are using Swift from. In some cases, you are just directing customers straight to the customer service, which is human-based. In some cases, you are solving the problem throughout the chatbot. Do you think is that the future of how the customer interaction will look like? That there will be at the same place or at the same time chatbot and at the same time real-life employees? Or what's your vision about that?
So I think that's a very pragmatic way of using chatbots. The shiny future of the chatbot is that it will take over, human conversation. We're not there yet. And at the same time, there are well-defined problem areas, scenarios, where the customer has limited options, and those are ideal for chatbots, where you don't need AI, but you can use logic trees to guide your customer to the desired result. And then, of course, your agent will be able to deliver a more custom service where the problem areas need so well defined. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, thank you for the answer, because this was, I think the whole work is now thinking that that's the way people are actually do more brandish stuff, treat the customer the way the brand should treat the customer, and predefined scenarios will be solved by robots.
Right. Good point.
Anyone has another question?
I'm sorry about the English.
It's okay. Yeah, have you already tried it mine or the tool?
Have I tried what, sorry?
Have you already tried it from production?
Yes.
You already
Yes.
built some product which is already being used by the customers?
We are working with a pilot customer, and they're playing with the chatbot builder. It works on a private Facebook page where they can see the results of their efforts in the chatbot builder. And it's basically one-on-one, except there it's interactive, whereas in the builder you can see the tree, right? And in the tree you can drag and drop the various blocks, put them in the right order. You can define different variations. Like I said, for example, if you have a text message, you don't always want to show the same message, so you can set up 5 or 6 different messages to have more conversation.
Is it possible to integrate it with an AI, something like API, AI, stuff like that?
Like I said, we do integrate with external APIs in this builder. We don't have our own AI, so if you want to work with Watson or Alexa or something, I forget what their names are.
Yeah, API AI or
API AI, yes. So in theory that's possible. We haven't tried it out yet, but we've opened up the platform in a way that this is possible. Můžete se taky zeptat česky. All right.
Okay, thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.
Já bych poprosil teď Lukáše.